What's up, you guys? I'm so excited that I have not only recorded for the 2026 prediction series today, but also I'm recording this before work. Change. I love it. So I was able to get to bed early last night, get up early this morning, and get the most out of my day. So I'm excited about positive steps. But I got to keep it up, right? Just like the cards are getting at. So I'm really feeling the Sagittarian influence of the season. The optimism, the fire, the vigor coming back, the fighting spirit. I don't know if the archer is necessarily like a warrior per se, but he's got a warrior spirit, right? He's an archer. He's taking aim, right? He's proactively using his tool to hunt and to provide at the very least, right? So we're getting that fighting spirit back, and we're feeling optimistic, and our vision is expanding, and our consciousness is expanding, and our philosophies are, we're starting to get a deeper and more expounded upon sense of our own personal philosophy and what we think and what we believe. And maybe we're expanding our horizons, and maybe we're having awakenings and new insights and revelations coming through. So I think that the fire is being reignited, and that is helping us reconnect to our childlike enthusiasm and optimism, right? The Six of Cups it can be like feeling like super nostalgic for the past, or remembering things better than they were or worse than they were. But in this particular reading, I'm really feeling that this is it's pertaining to like a rebirth of a dream that we almost let go of, or a dream that had just sort of like fallen into stagnancy, at least emotionally and like vibrationally for us, because we had sort of fallen into autopilot, or kind of a robotically going through the motions. But I think that we are reconnecting with our original reasons and the thing that we loved about what we dreamed about to begin with. And so I think we're having a resurgence of that naive optimism, right? The fool, so to speak, the beginning, the start of something new, the starting of fresh energy. But it's like we're healing that inner child, so that the jaded, spoiled child that's trying to, numb the self and cope in escapism instead is feeling secure and nurtured and has discipline and structure to expand upon creativity and create and learn and grow in a healthy, positive way and become more mature, right? And go deeper. So we are coming up to a point where we need to, first of all, there was two sides of this pairing that I saw. We got Nectar here with the Emperor reversed. I felt, first of all, that the term "all work no play makes Jack a dull boy" came into my mind, and that kind of has turned us off, and it's turned off our battery that is powering the magnetism, the passion that's drawing in our desires, right? So we need to reawaken those. And instead of being indulgent and impulsive, instead, like discipline and a little structure are going to help us reveal more of the excitement of the creation, right? Because without a little discipline and structure, like the thing doesn't get created, the thing doesn't get made, right? So in order to truly have real fulfillment and real pleasure and real nectar, right, be able to produce real nectar, we need to rein it in a little bit and practice some self-discipline and structure and be focused and determined, but yet still have the ability to have a little bit of balance, have a good time. So we're coming into holiday season, and so we don't want to miss out on the holidays and have our priorities completely out of whack, but also we don't want to lose the momentum that we have or let it all fall out of control or overindulge through the holidays either. Whether that mean with food, eating, right? Not being on our workout routine, spending too much money, not spending enough time continuing to stay on top of our goals and desires for the year, but also not spending enough time celebrating and being with people. So having to try to find a balance is going to be key. And I think too, what I was trying to exercise today and what I'm learning is really taking ownership of the day, not getting lost and flitting about and burning daylight hours in the in-between realms, but really knowing like, okay, from point to point to point, I know what I need to be doing and what I want to do and how much time that needs to take and how much time I have to get from point A to point B to make it happen. So today I was able to do all of my usual things and routine and work out and go run and come back and get ready and film before work and be ready to go to work, so I'm very excited. But what that actually required of me today was to have a self-starter energy, to be my own emperor, to take control of my habits and say, okay, if I want to have the fullness of this day and really enjoy it, then I need to have a little bit of discipline about it. If I want my inner child to fully live at the highest heights, right? And express my inner vision, then I have to have a structure, right? A schedule. So I got up early. I stuck to the schedule. I didn't get caught off into like a trance or daydreaming or go down rabbit holes of answering DMs or getting sidetracked. I stayed on track. I stayed focused and I owned my day and I was sovereign over that energy and that time. And because of that, I think that the angels helped me expand time and bend time and get way more done and revealed within that time frame than had I not consciously engaged the angels in my process, right? So this morning I was even more intentful and awake and alert during my daily spiritual practices and morning prayers and things like that. I was intentional. I had more fervor, even in what am I giving this day? What am I giving the angels? When I went to sleep last night, I prayed with more fire and attention in my evening prayers as I was drifting off to sleep, right? And so that translated into deeper sleep, earlier bedtime, earlier waking time, more focused, more proficient through the day. So it's creating this cosmic, mystical fertility for the seeds that have been put in the soil and into position to be fully fertilized and to yield really, really, really good fruits. So we are in the seed is in the womb, right? And we are now fertilizing that seed, and the seed is taking on life. Here you can see the life force around the outside of the embryo. And at the center of the embryo is that seed of life, that spark of light that may form a new, birth forth a new creation, right? And so we are in this period of incubation, and we need to know the season we're in to use the time most wisely and proactively in order to bear and to bear the fruits, desirable fruits, abundant fruits, to bear fulfillment, right? So the 9 of Pentacles is the confident, successful business person, the person who has achieved independence, and they have a personal connection and relationship with source, with spirit, and that's where their ultimate connection of security and resources and abundance and sustenance comes from. And because they have nurtured that connection, the umbilical cord, right? When we're in the womb, how does our mother feed us? How does the feminine aspect of God the mother, God the supernal mother, feed us? Through the umbilical cord, right? And what is our cord? It's our connection to the creator, right? That's what gives us our sustenance. So the Nine of Pentacles is someone who's enjoying the fruits of their labor. And so the 9 is like on our way to completion, and the 10s are when things are spilling over. So we are nearing the cornucopia, as it were, of the harvest. So be sure to make sure that you're putting your energy and your attention and your time and your resources into ways that are going to grow this baby, right? And be protective of the resources and the time that you have to nurture this creative spiritual baby, this new life with, right? Because I've been doing the 2026 prediction series, and this year has a lot of huge potential, and there are some really specific ongoing themes and lessons that are coming up through the year. And so in order to prepare ahead of time, it's already invaluable. And I just finished up to April today. So we're coming along, guys. I'm gonna get this made as fast as I can. I've already taken off a couple of days of work just to try to get extra filming in. So y'all may be on the lookout for when this drops. Okay, that is all for tonight. We will be back together tomorrow for our weekly manifestation oracle message. I'm hoping that I can film that before work. Wouldn't that be awesome? And until then, may peace be with you. Stay focused, stay enthusiastic, stay optimistic, and put your fire and grit and gusto and moxie into it, okay? You can do it. Throw your back into it. I'm going to leave y'all with the audio for today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao. I can already feel that Sagittarian fire reigniting that plucky fighting spirit. We are reconnecting with our childlike wonder and enthusiasm. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, as they say. For a minute there, we might have checked out during the chaos and gone on autopilot, but we're back. We're focused and generating more and more blessings and mystical fertility with deep and radical appreciation. In any and every way we can, we must put our attention and gaze on any and every shred of sweetness that we can conceive. If prayer were explained in an instruction manual, then there would be a section regarding affinity of form. It would go as follows. In order to resonate with a thing, we must bear vibrational affinity with that thing. Like attracts like. The more we bear affinity with the object of desire, the closer we can draw to it. If we want God's blessings, protection, abundance, and fulfillment, then we must appeal to God's feminine embodiment, the Shekina. In order to draw the Shekina, it's hard to say, and her influence over us, we must bear affinity with her. She is peace, love, joy, fulfillment, sweetness. She's protective. She is health, well-being. She is God's rest. As we transform our bitterness into sweetness, we draw her nearer and nearer. We turn wrath into compassion. Release anger in forgiveness. Find joy through appreciation and abundance through sharing. As we make the effort to transmute our darkness into light, we reveal greater and greater miracles, not only in our lives, but spilling over into the lives of others. As we transform ourselves, we tip the cosmic scales for the collective. This is a potent time to plant seeds that we will carry and nurture through winter.